Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to episode 3, part 2 of the Wrestling Wrap Up. I am your host, the megastar Austin Savage. I'm going to do my weekly WWE wrap up. Of course, everybody knows it was 4 hours of WWE programming on Monday with the Hall of Fame, which I thought was a pretty good show. I mean, it's always a good show. You get to see the legends, the guys that are going to the Hall of Fame, and, they pan the crowd and everything. I was really upset that they didn't show Bullet Barb Armstrong's induction speech, his part of the ceremony. Instead, they decided to show Drew Carey, who made one appearance for the WWE as a joke entering the Royal Rumble. Why is he even in the Hall of Fame? I mean, I understand why they did Pete Rose, because that's a jab at Major League Baseball for not putting him in the Hall of Fame, but Drew Carey has no business in the WWE Hall of Fame. I'm sorry for all you Drew Carey fans out there. I didn't even watch The Price is Right, okay? Alright, then you go into WrestleMania. And I'm sorry, like I said in episode 1, I said WrestleMania looked weak. It was a weak show. What the fuck was creative thinking by first starting the show with a long, drawn out, boring, typical Rock promo, kissing the people's ass. The people's champ kissing the people's ass. Then you follow that up with a world title match. Why? Why would WWE Creative and Vince McMahon put the World Heavyweight title match on first? That's a main event on any other pay-per-view. But the biggest show of the year, you put it out as a curtain jerker? It makes no sense. Then again, most of WWE program doesn't make sense anymore. Of course, people that have seen episode 1 will know that I was wrong in my prediction of this match, which is fine. I'm okay with that. Being wrong, isn't the end of the world. I was wrong on 2 of my picks. This one, and I believe it was Punk Orton. I picked Punk, and Orton won with a great RKO in midair. I'm sorry. I'll even put that over. Uh, you know, Rhodes and Mysterio had a good match. It was way better than the 8-man clusterfuck filler tag match that they had. That storyline has no interest for me. And Undertaker Triple H was everything you expect from a Taker Mania match. But fans that watch that match, and for those of you that haven't, Taker could barely finish the match. And I'm going to shout out to Vince here and Undertaker and the WWE Creative. Please, please, Vince, let the streak die at 19-0. Please. Taker needs to retire. The end of the match proves what I said in episode 1. Taker just can't go anymore. Now, before all you marks out there get on me and start posting comments and sending me nasty emails, let me explain myself why I feel this way. To keep Taker around just to bring him out at Mania to defend the streak would hurt the legacy of the streak. Now, think about it. If you have Taker limp out for WrestleMania, not working TV matches, he's not working matches on TV. True, he's on TV, but he's not working matches. And you don't have him working, say, Rumble, Elimination Chamber, and then Mania. He's fresh. Then his WrestleMania opponent, who works every house show, works every TV, works every pay-per-view, looks weak in comparison. It makes it look cheaper that The Undertaker just beat this guy. Granted, Triple H didn't work TV prior to WrestleMania, but that was the same reason The Undertaker didn't. They were both coming back from injuries. I've said it before and I'll say it again, and this isn't to try to get over with all you Taker marks. So don't even think that. The streak is the record in the WWE, and it should live forever, so just let it die at 19-0. Right off into the sunset. Last great outlaw, or one last outlaw, whatever the hell you're calling yourself now, Undertaker. Moving on to the WWE Championship match. I hate to say I told you so. No, I told you so. I told you all that The Rock would cost John Cena the title, thus adding more heat to their epic showdown. More on that when I cover Raw. I'll just go right into Raw now. For the night after Mania, Raw was pretty dead, as far as I'm concerned. The promo from Triple H was pretty solid. Was it me, or was there just not a lot of action on Raw this week? The Cody Rhodes Punk versus Orton Mysterio match was good and will help carry those feuds through Extreme Rules, which is at the end of the month, I believe. Sheamus and Daniel Bryan was alright. It should have been on Mania, not the dark match thing that they're going to put on the DVD, which was changed to a Battle Royal, which makes no sense to anybody. Just to get 8 more guys or whatever it was on Mania, because they needed something to do. I think the WWE missed the boat on Sin Cara's debut, having him do a run-in at the end of this match. He hits the ring. First, he waits to take his jacket off. Then he hits the ring. High spot, high spot, high spot. And he leaves. Why not have him in this thing, WWE Creative? Here you go. They have this thing called a match, where 2 guys get in the ring and they wrestle. Something you guys might want to consider. I think they should have put him in a match with, say, maybe Evan Bourne. And I know Bourne did something on Raw. I can't remember what it was because it wasn't apparently that memorable. But have him wrestle Evan Bourne. I mean, yeah, it would be a spot fest, but, it's a match nonetheless. In episode 1, I told you guys that I thought Cena Rock should be done at SummerSlam. Because The Rock is, shooting a movie starting in June. It would be easier for the WWE to work the match around his schedule to do promos. And, heaven forbid, maybe even work a match or two before his match with John Cena to get all that ring rust off. But instead, WWE, in their infinite wisdom, has decided to book this match at WrestleMania 28 a year from now. Does anybody really think that WWE can build a storyline? Really? I don't think they can build a storyline for a year. They have a hard time building storylines and then shutting them down, a month or two afterwards. Let's see. I'm going to close out episode 3, part 2 with Tough Enough. I thought it was a great debut for the show. Miss America, Femka, what was her name? I don't know. Was caught cheating because she put a knee pad in her pants to do the rope drills. Anybody that's ever been to wrestling school knows that running the ropes is a bitch until you get used to it. I hated running the ropes in school. It sucked. You get the bruises under your arms, your back hurts, you get the rope burns on your ass. I mean, I don't think she was cheating. I just think she was trying to lessen the pain. Luke Robinson, who's a main boy from Auburn. Love you, Luke. Keep up the good work, man. Looked amazing as usual. Anybody that's caught him on the indie scene for NWA on Fire, I think is his promotion up here in Maine. He's always looked good. He kind of looks like Randy Orton in the ring when he's working a match. I mean, you're not going to see that on Tough Enough, but if you get a chance to check out his matches, check it out on YouTube. Search Golden Boy Bobby Robinson. That's his indie name. I really like the way they cut the contestants with the whole turning the championship belt thing in. That's pretty cool. I love the fact that Steve Austin actually tells these kids, "You're not tough enough." The girl that wasn't tough enough this week was cut because she was worried too much about pulling her pants up during the rope drills. This is a big pet peeve with me because, I mean, if your ass is hanging out of your trunks or your pants or whatever, pull them up, make a quick adjustment, and you continue to work. You don't, every time you run on the ropes, pull your pants up. Run the ropes, pull your pants up, because you're distracted. And this is the real problem I have with it. If you're distracted, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, somebody's going to get hurt. Steve Austin asked this poor girl, "What's your favorite match?" Her reply, Alicia Fox versus Melina. Really? Steve Austin was like, who? Alicia Fox and Melina? All the great matches in history, and you come up with Alicia Fox versus Melina? Fans, I could name 5 favorite matches right off the top of my head, and I did write them down. Steamboat Savage, WrestleMania 3. Ric Flair versus Harley Race, Starrcade '83. Malenko and Guerrero. Anytime they wrestled, it was magic. Ric Flair Steamboat. Any of those matches are classics. And Bret Hart Shawn Michaels Iron Man match. That's probably my favorite match of that era because it was just so incredible to see them beat the crap out of each other for 60 minutes. Like I said in episode 1, I will support Luke Robinson because he's a homeboy until he either wins Tough Enough or is eliminated. He's the real deal, fans, I'm telling you. Check him out on YouTube, search Golden Boy Bobby Robinson. He has all the tools to be great in this sport. I'm sorry, this business, because wrestling is a business to Vince McMahon. It's an entertainment. He doesn't even want it to be called wrestling anymore. He is good for the business anyways. I'm babbling again. And like I said, he looks like Randy Orton in the ring. From his indie days anyways. Alright, I'm running out of time, so I'm going to just wrap this up. That's going to do it this week. Questions, comments, topics you guys want discussed, email me at wrestlingwrapup@yahoo.com. Follow me on Twitter, Proud to be Straight Edge. I'm sorry, at Proud to be Straight Edge. As always, post the comments below in the comment section. Until next week, this has been the Wrestling Wrap Up. I am your host, the Megastar Austin Savage, and I'll leave you with this thought, fans. There are a lot of stars in this business. There are a few superstars. There is only one megastar. I'll catch you guys next week.